Welcome back, YouTube. In this video, I had a guest come in this week and she had so much hair, like long, she had enough hair for a small village.
That's a lot of hair.
Seriously, it was thick, like just thick. Man, anyways, it was crazy. Her main thing was that she just wanted so much more movement throughout her hair. And one of the things that I know a lot of you guys run into is that a lot of these hairdressers out there don't layer your hair enough. And in today's video, I really just kind of want to go into really why. And so what we're gonna do is we're going to just do something that is so hot right now. It's just gonna create a ton of movement in the hair. And again, of course, my mannequin head doesn't have as long of hair as she does, but let's just imagine it does. Stay tuned, it is gonna be freaking awesome. It is coming right up. On this specific person that had just a behemoth of hair, let's just imagine this is her right here, but the length, like her length probably came down to about right here. Like, I don't know if you can even see me, like going out of camera view. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it was super long. The first thing is that a lot of times layering removes weight. Now, the thing that we really wanted to do was layer it enough, but still make sure that it had the weight at the bottom. And again, that's kind of counterintuitive, right? The thing you want to keep in mind is that the layering that we actually do is that instead of just layering everything straight back just like this, everything was kind of layered at an angle like that. And you can see from these side cameras, the degree of that line essentially went like this. So instead of it being at a 0 degrees like this, you know, it wasn't essentially, it was about a 45 back. So you wanna get technical about it, that's kind of how it was. So we established the short point in the front, which was, you know, this kind of sweepy-ish fringe where you kind of just sweep it out of the face. Now, keeping in mind, she was a pusher. Now, I've talked about this before in my other videos, but when you're a pusher, you kind of push from one side to the other. And the reason for most people doing that is to create more volume and lift on top of their head. So if you're a pusher, more props to you, you know what I mean? Not a drug pusher.
Just say no.
The point is that this is what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's.
Do you need help? Are you okay?
Let's create this look. Man, I am really struggling. It's like, not stuttering, but can't think of my words and this, that, and the other. Anyways, Jake, just cut some hair. Let's get to it. So how I wanna do this first is I'm just gonna kind of establish where the hair usually wants to part. And this is gonna part a little bit off to her left side, which this is very similar to the person with the behemoth, the crazy amount of hair. So first off, what I'd like to do is we're going to just kind of establish just a little bit of a fringe right through here. Now this is going to be, now you can see kind of how I just did that, go and push that up from this top view. You can kind of see how that hair, and I just want to get a little bit of hair, and it creates just a little bit of a triangle right through there. Come over here on this side. We're gonna create this one as well. Now, of course, this is not gonna be enough hair for a little bit of a fringe. We're only using this as a guide. So I'm going to take this right to the center portion right through here. So it's a little bit off center. So I'm gonna brush everything, I'm gonna comb everything right to the center of this section. Now I'm gonna take this exactly 90 degrees from the head. So I'm gonna take this straight out, measure that out, just like so. Just cut that straight off, just like that. So right through here, this would essentially be the shortest point of where we're gonna start to layer. Now, you can very well keep this fringe super blunt. There's no sort of issue. The next steps that I'm gonna be doing here is I'm just gonna be going through here to just soften this up just a little bit. And what I mean is that, you know, when I cut it straight across, just like so, that is going to be the bluntest, strongest line. And so when that falls down through here, it's gonna fall just with a little bit of kind of like a layering through that top portion there. And if you get really close down through here, you can kind of see how that looks. Now, I don't necessarily want it to be super blunt like that. If you've got a fine textured hair and you want to make the hair look as thick as possible, then you want to keep it blunt. That is fact, okay? But if you have enough hair for a small village, you do not want to keep it blunt, okay? It's just going to be way too heavy for you. So what kind of technique can you do? Well, simplest thing is you want to, and there's a couple different things you can do. You can actually go in and you can point cut just like so. You can see how I'm doing that. I'm not really cutting anything, and you want to cut as you move out. Or you can come in and you can actually remove some of that weight, just how I'm doing, just like this, where you cut from the inside out. Now, both of these techniques are actually going to be ideal for this. The first one, when you point cut, will remove length first, then weight second. And then the technique that I'm doing right through here is gonna remove weight first and then length second. I hope that makes sense because that can be a little bit confusing. So if you're a hairdresser watching right now, then that's kind of a tip and trick that most people don't really understand why they do certain things. So this technique removes weight first and then length second. And then the other technique is gonna remove length first, weight second. And again, you can just see how I'm just really softening up all of this little hair towards the end. Now, what is that gonna do? It's gonna make it to where it just doesn't feel as blunt down at that bottom portion. So it's gonna feel just a little bit airier, which can be awesome, okay? Now that we have this short portion through the front, we're gonna establish where the rest of the layers are gonna go. Now, the cool thing is that let's just kind of imagine here for just a minute. Now, say for example, you've cut some fringe, right? You have this beautiful like curtain fringe, or you have this kind of side swept fringe, or whatever it may be. Now, you go into the salon. Now just imagine, you're like, I just wanna add so much more movement around my face. Well, that hairdresser, keep in mind, can take that portion, and let's say for example, your fringe goes short and it goes a little bit long. And let's say those long pieces kind of hit around the top of the lip, mid cheekbone area. Well, you could take that long portion there and they could layer from that longest portion by adding that hair behind it and then layering the hair. So bringing that up, taking that longest portion, bringing that up, and use that as a guide to layer everything around. Hot tip for you right there. So I'm going to be taking this top portion right through here. Now this top portion, and I'm going to take some of that previous fringe that I had. Now as I brush that up, and you can see from this side angle, you can look and see where that length is right there, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna layer this up. So I'm gonna take this up, boom. See how that works? Boom, just like that. Now, let's take this next section right below it, and we're gonna add this to this previous section right through here. Add it up, just like that. We're gonna brush that up all the way to that previous section. Brush it up. You can see that guide. Boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
I love when things work out. It just feels good. Hell yeah, dog.
All right, now if you're making a joke, dog, it's not funny.
I get excited about this. I get excited about the smallest thing, but it's truly just brush this up, all the way up to the same center guide. Same center guide as I stumble over my words yet again. Oh, and I drop my comb. Man, I should just call this video Struggle Street. You know what I mean? Seriously. Or maybe like learn how to talk or learn how to comb or whatever it may be. Learn how to talk and learn how to comb hair with Jake. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. So now you can see, I'm gonna come over to this side. Brush this up, just like so. And I wanna check and make sure that I'm like right down that center portion like I was before. I'll look in the, look in the mirror, boom. I am, and then proceed to cut, just like so. Cool. And this is what we did on that girl. And it was, again, like that super long hair, and it just went cascading layers all the way down. Basically this exact thing, just imagine that hair super long. And the cool thing about it, guys, is that now we're gonna check the back here, and we're just going to be connecting this back portion. Now, keeping in mind is that how we layered all the way down and how we angled it at that 45 is that we kept a lot of that length to make sure that that bottom portion still remained somewhat thick, because the definition of layering is removing weight. And so as I just keep doing this, let's see this angle I'm at now, and I would just keep cutting all the way up. And as that length fell, it kept that consistency and that weight towards the bottom. And so that is exactly how you keep that, a little bit more bulk and have your hair really layered. Because if you were to keep that, if you were to take that layer, this same type of layer, and do it on more of a shallow portion where it's more horizontal, you're gonna notice it gets like thinner and thinner as it goes down, because you're removing all of that said bulk at the bottom. So, and that is where a lot of hairdressers go wrong when it comes down to really truly layering hair right. Cool?
That is cool.
We're gonna dry this. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I love doing this for you guys, and it's truly just a pleasure. So let's go ahead and dry this and check it out. Cool, thanks. Let's do this. Boom. Doesn't that look freaking amazing? Hit the like if it looks awesome. You know, truly like it. Now again, knowing that that customer, the guest that came in to see me, you know, it was down to here, man. It's super, super long hair. So just imagine just all this hair and just like layered, 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 layered. So it is truly, fabulous. There really isn't a lot to do, you know what I mean? Because again, softening up that fringe just a little bit right there in the front helps kind of add a little bit more of that texture right through there. And it just kind of like that pieciness. Now, the thing you guys really want to think about is that, should I take out weight or should I not take out weight? If the hair is looking, it's not getting enough volume, take out weight. If it looks like, because like another really big issue when it comes to layering is that layering, right where they start the layer, the hair will kind of look flat and then you have like this kind of bulbous point wherever that layer is. Now, you should take out a little bit of weight in that top of that layer because it'll help soften that portion so it doesn't look like it's just long hair, layer, start, whatnot. So that's another reason to basically take out a little bit of weight. Again, I think it looks, and again, you can truly, you know, you can put a little bit of wave in here. I mean, there's so many things you can do with this. This is just a little bit blown out. And again, what I said before, she can become kind of like a pusher, right? Push over to one side. Let's say, for example, you kind of push that over, drop your comb again. Push that over like there. You can tuck it behind your ear. I mean, look how cool that looks right there. Kind of have it seductive. Fall a little bit right into your face. Same thing over through here. I mean, there's something very sexual about a woman putting their hands in their hair. I mean, it's really, actually, I mean, it's kind of cool because guys can do it as well if they've got kind of like long hair. You know what I mean? Like, there really is kind of something about that. It just adds to that chemistry. Super cool. My name is Jake Thompson Hair. I really hope you guys just loved this because I loved creating it for you. Now, if you are struggling with one of those things that I said, your layers look like dog shit, they look flat, your ends look super, super thin, this technique is for you. Another thing, if you guys have found value in this video, share it. Because you know what? We like to travel with people that have sexy hair just like we do. I mean, not me, because my hair is pulled up right now. But you want to look good, you want your friends to look good, you might want your enemies, well, I don't know if you want your enemies to look good, I mean, but at the end of the day, you gotta travel in beauty flocks. You gotta travel in flocks of beauty. Ugh. Thanks for hanging out, guys. My name is Jake Thompson. I will see you guys in the next video.
Come true, you beautiful people. You did it.